Hey there, I'm Jill Kelty and I am going to be showing you a core workout. I'm going to call this core workout, I use this term a lot, it's called lock and loaded. Reason why is because what we have to remember about our core is that we need to engage our core in almost everything we do. Whether we're standing in line at the grocery store or washing dishes, we need to load, sort of lock our abs into a position where we are engaged in those abdominal, in that core. So what I'm going to do today is show you a routine that is a little bit advanced in a way, but when you think about these movements, they can seem very simple, but they have to be mindful in your actions too. So the first one is a pelvic tilt on the floor with a knee hold. All of my workout today is timed. So instead of doing 10 reps, 12 reps, 15 reps, what have you, I want you to time yourself for 30 seconds for each one. You're gonna do numbers 1 to 5, 30 seconds each, go back to 1, do another round for 30 seconds each, up to 3 rounds if you can do that, okay? So the first one is, you're on the floor, and the first thing you need to remember is to pelvic tilt. So that means that I now need to tilt and press my lower back into the floor. And at this point right now, I'm already engaging in my core. And then I need to pick my legs up and hold this position. I am holding my legs up off the floor while trying to make sure to maintain my lower back to the floor. Now, what happens for a lot of people is they tend to arch. What I need you to do is remember to continue to keep holding and pressing that lower back and engaging that core for 30 seconds. So that's number 1. So to tell you again about that one, in this position, you can see the change from here to here, which is a pelvic tilt. Bring the feet up off the floor and just hold this for 30 seconds. Now, number 2 is dead bug. It's kind of a fun one. I would encourage you to add weight to your body if you want to make this more intense. You can use soup cans, you can use hand weights if you have them at home. Nothing too heavy, but dead bug is basically this. So you're in this position, and opposite arm, opposite leg goes together. So my leg is extended, but my heel does not touch the floor. I keep it up, and my hand just hovers, and then I come up. But the key to this is still the pelvic tilt. So if you recognize pelvic tilt, and then the leg and arm go down, and then they come up. The leg and arm go down, and then they come up. Now the funny thing about this is it looks super easy, but you need to maintain that pelvic tilt the whole time in order to engage that core. And it takes some mindfulness into that muscle and make sure that you slow it down. So 30 seconds of dead bug. Now, the next one is a plank and reach. So you're in a plank position on your elbows. So a plank position again needs to make sure that your core is engaged, which means you pull the belly up. You do not suck the belly button in, but you kind of give your ribs a hug. Okay, so when you're in a plank position, you can't see this happening for me possibly, but the thing is that you need to pull that core up so that you don't have a belly hanging. And at this point, you're going to reach and come back, reach and come back, reach and come back, without sticking the butt up, without tilting too much, trying to lock and load and stay in this position, also while hugging the ribs, so that you can keep that core engaged, okay? So 30 seconds of that. And then the next one is a leg lift, but the leg lift looks like this. Legs are up, fully extended. Arms are wherever you feel comfortable putting them. You can put them under your back, what have you. I just kind of leave them here. And you're gonna take 1 foot at a time after you do the pelvic tilt, pressing that lower back into the floor, abs are engaged, and 1 foot is going to go down in a straight leg. Just tap the floor ever so slightly and bring it back up. Other one goes down, ever so slightly tap the floor without taking away the integrity of this pelvic tilt and engaged abs. So that is for 30 seconds. So it's okay if you only get 4 or 5 in 30 seconds or 10, as long as you're moving the whole time. Now the last one is in 3 sets of 10 seconds. So you could just count in your head, or you can use your phone and use your timer, but you're gonna do a boat pose. And a boat pose is quite an advanced movement. So basically we put our hands out like we're holding soup. If any of you know anatomy, you know this is supination, and we know that our hands are out, and we want to hold this because we don't want to spill our soup, so we don't want to turn them out. So when you're in this position and you tell yourself ready, set, go for your 10 seconds, you need to lean back, pick the heels up, and you need to lock and load and pull this in. Now here's what might happen for you. You might end up slumping and falling back, but you need to pull your chest up and keep yourself nice and tight. Now some of you might say, that's too advanced for me, I can't do that. What I want you to do is stay nice and tight and nice and tall, hands out in a supinated position, and just lower here without feet off the ground until you feel like you could possibly just fall backwards. When that happens, that's when you know you're locked and loaded, and you stay here for 10 seconds. So you can count in your head, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, up to 1, and then come back up, hug, and stretch. Go back down for 10, up, hug, and stretch, back down for 10 seconds, and you've done that one set. I would do all of these exercises for 30 seconds each and repeat them again for a second round. So that's your core, called locked and loaded.